Transform your sprint speed in just 4 steps. And if you watch this video, I'm gonna give you what those 4 steps are, how to do them, why they're so important, and how many times per week you should be doing this training method. First thing is going to be positional strength. If your body has incorrect positioning, then eventually your sprint is going to fall apart, whether it's in the first 5 yards or at the end of the race. So we're gonna do this drill to help teach this. Positional strength, we're just gonna be doing a single leg hold, but with a triple extension position. So at the top of the head, it's gonna go all the way down to the ankle. So top head, line straight down to the ankle. Then we're gonna hold this position. It's a little bit more for the hip flexor, where I can't even do it right now because I'm on uneven grass. But we got heel to knee. We're just holding this triple extensive position. If you wanna make it harder, you can go top of the toe or ball of the foot. This is very similar to sprinting. We're actually sprinting kind of on the ball of the foot, almost flat-footed, to get that perfect store and release elastic energy, because when we pull the toe up, we're actually pre-tensing this Achilles tendon to produce a lot of force and release that elastic energy. So usually just balance here. In the Speed Academy, we pretty much do 2 to 3 to 4 sets of 45 seconds holds, which is pretty good. The second thing is going to be projection. Projection is going to set up your speed long-term, especially for the acceleration. If you can't project at a 45-degree angle, then probably 2 things are going to happen. You're probably even going to get burnt in the first 3 steps, so those first 5 yards of the race, or you're not going to be able to build up enough momentum so you can blow past people at the end of the race. So this drill is going to teach you how to set up your body for great acceleration and an explosive start. This next one is for projection, right? And projection is pretty cool, because this is really gonna make a big difference in your acceleration, which what a lot of people struggle with. I like to use resistance, but our goal here is for this drill is to get in a set position and try to project forward as far as possible for 3 steps, right? Resistance makes this a lot better, but that's okay if you don't have it. I'm gonna show you without resistance. Maybe I'll add the resistance after this. But we're just trying to cover as much distance, almost like a broad jump. We're trying to jump as far forward. We're trying to cover distance, right? So we're here, and then 1, 2, 3. And we're just covering as much distance as possible. Another variation you could do is just the single ones. You'll see Les do this a lot too, where he's literally just doing one single one. And he's right here, and he's kind of like just jumping forward. Cover that distance, mark it down, and then do it over again, and you have a really good one. Now, if you can't do this with resistance, another great one is just gonna be broad jumps. We're right here, and we're producing a lot of horizontal force just to cover distance. So right here, 1, 2, fuck, this wind is ridiculous, bro. I'm sorry if it sounds windy or if I sound like I'm out of breath. The wind is actually ridiculous and it's cold. So I'm trying to get as much done as possible with you guys. If you make this one simple mistake, you'll be slowing down your sprint speed much earlier than you should be. Landing under your center of mass or hammering the nail is one of the most crucial things for consistently projecting your body forward. If your foot lands in front of your center of mass, then you're gonna be promoting braking forces, which promotes deceleration. And of course, if you're decelerating, that means you're slowing down earlier than you should be. This is probably my #1 thing that most athletes struggle with, so you need to make sure you're doing these drills to help improve this aspect. Hammering the nail is the next point that's going to transfer in sprint speed. And what's really important about this is that a lot of people just do regular A skips or just like this, but it's not actually giving your body a stimulus to adapt to. And when you want to get an adaptation for better sprint speed, you either do 2 things. You're either going to add velocity, which is adding horizontal speed, which is going to force your body to adapt, which is a great way, or you can add resistance. And this is going to be horizontal resistance, so a weighted vest does not work or weighted ankles do not work. But here, we can do our A skips with resistance. You've seen Usain Bolt do these in some of my thumbnails. I'll show you the other direction. We're doing, 2 to 3 sets of, 20 to 30 meters of resisted A skips, where we're teaching our body to land under a center of mass and hammer the nail right under us. This is important because if you land in front of your center of mass, then you're not gonna be able to project your body forward. So the goal is to land under and to keep attacking and attacking. If you don't have a sled that can do this for you, then you can just do hands on hips, and we're doing triple A switches. So we're right here, and we're teaching our body to stabilize and then land under center of mass and attack down always. Think about a nail, and you're constantly hammering it down just like that, right? So triple A switch is just like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It is cold and windy. If you want good acceleration, one thing you need is obviously projection, but the next thing you need is be able to push and produce force horizontally. So if you feel like you have a poor drive phase or push in that acceleration phase, then you need to do this drill right here. Now this is the most wonky drill you're gonna see out of all of them. I got this from Joel Smith, one of the best Olympic sprint coaches in the world. But it's pretty much, we're getting into athletic posture. Athletic posture means you're getting a quarter squat and you're pushing your heart forward, right? So a little bit of an anterior pelvic tilt, not kind of what you get from sitting, right? And we're getting this position, and then we're teaching our body how to sprint forward in the squatted position. So usually when you're sprinting, you're in triple extension, or you're close to triple extension where you're getting in that fully extended position. I want you to stay in this core position and then sprint forward. So it's gonna look a little funky. I'll show you from side to side. We're kind of looking like this, or kind of like this. I'll show you from front forward. We're squatted, and then we're sprinting forward like this. I'll show you going away. This is gonna teach you how to push. So you feel like you have good power or strength, but you can't push in acceleration. This is really gonna improve that drive phase. Usually in this, you can even do a walking version. I usually do about 2 to 3 sets of 20 to 30 meters as a warm up. You can do this every single day. It's not really that hard on the body, but it's really gonna teach you how to push. And if you wanna do higher volume, 4 to 5 sets of 20 to 30 meters or even up to 40 meters or yards. You can do this on your acceleration days 2 times a week. And we're just right here. And then you know me, I love resistance. So you can add resistance to this, and it'll be one of the best ways to help transform your sprint speed and teach you how to push. All the sprint technique does not matter if you do not know how to do a complete sprint workout. So make sure you watch this video right here on a complete Speed Academy sprint workout, or just hop on the Speed Academy to transform your sprint speed as fast as possible.